everyone! Welcome back to another Animal Crossing New Horizons video. This is the third video in this series where I redecorate villagers' homes from New Horizons. If you're new to this series, I definitely recommend going back and watching the other two videos. I've already redecorated Barbara's home and Drift's too. Especially I would recommend for today's video, you should really go watch the problem with villagers in New Horizons. Because today, we are finally fixing up one of my least favourite villager homes in the game. Someone I spoke about especially in that video, Flora. She deserves a lot better than what she got in this game, so with that out of the way, let's get into it. Okay, hi again. So, Flora's house. Before we get decorating, here's a photo of her home in New Horizons. A lot of you actually agreed with me in the comments of my video talking about this house and that Flora deserves so much better. Oh, I should probably also say I got so many comments from people saying my Flora's house doesn't look like that. And if you actually watched the whole video, you would see that I did explain that later on in the video. But just in case you didn't do that, I should explain that the first set of villagers to move in will always have the basic preset homes depending on their personality type. So Flora, being a peppy villager, will get this probably pink bunk bed house. If you watch my New Horizons Let's Play, you'd be able to see that one of my first peppy villagers, Tutu, also had this exact house because she was one of my first villagers, and she's a peppy villager, and all peppy villagers at the start get that house. All peppy villagers that move in at first will have this exact home, so that's not actually Flora's official house if you have her with that house, but some of you were kind of lucky getting that one, especially when compared to her actual official home design that she moves in with if you get her at a later date in the game. You know, even though Flora's house in New Horizons is one of my least favourite in the entire game, I do understand in a way why they went with this theme. When looking back at Flora's old homes, we really only had New Leaf to go off of, and despite her home being very cutesy, pink and homey, she didn't really have any sort of specific theme other than flamingos. And so I think in New Horizons that became a problem for them, as we've clearly been able to see by almost every single penguin villager's home being an ice house, that they were really wanting to have a specific theme for villagers' homes in this game. We've had a cafe, an ice house, and I guess a flamingo exhibit. Sometimes the whole theme idea came out really well, and other times I think it just felt off or strange for a villager to live there, and makes the house almost like a set piece rather than a home. And this is exactly how I feel with Flora's house, and the main reason I actually dislike it. 4 flamingos in a room, they might kiss. The room is quite literally just empty with flamingos, and before I get the comments, yes, I know this is how flamingos live and it's meant to be a flamingo habitat, and it makes sense because flamingos stay in groups of 4 or 5 friends, and traditionally flamingos stay in colonies to find safety and protect themselves from other animals. That's all well and good, and I love learning about animals, and it's a cute idea. I bet for sure if you were going for a sort of wild island or a zoo island theme, her home would be a perfect fit. And like I said, there wasn't really that much to go off of when it came to Flora's original house inspiration, so they must have thought that this was a much more creative and fun idea. And if you like her New Horizons home, that's completely fine as always, but from my own personal point of view, this house is so sad, and I can't imagine having Flora on my island, and whenever I go to visit her, this is where she relaxes. I don't get any sort of idea of her personality or her hobbies, and she has absolutely nowhere to sleep or relax. So today, I'm giving her a warm and cozy home that I think she deserves. At first, of course, I started off with just her New Leaf house as inspiration, so I usually always try to recreate that as best as I can, just to see how it looks, and then I go around and change things and make them look in a way that I think looks better. And as you can tell, we're going very pink on this one, and I was really trying to think of things that I think Flora would be interested in. From her New Leaf house design, we can see that she really loves music from her music player. She even plays music herself with a little ukulele. She loves pink, of course, and she even plays video games. If you look on her little shelf, she actually has a GameCube, and this is actually one of my favourite items in the old games, by the way. And so I was trying to remember these things while decorating. We also have to keep in mind that she's a peppy villager, so she's very friendly and excitable with dreams of being famous one day, and I did actually end up with a very large open space in the end that I wasn't too sure what to do with. In the end, I decided to give her a vanity makeup table on the side where she can paint her nails. Well, claws, I guess? Do they count as claws on flamingos? Anyway, she can do that. She can do her makeup and imagine being a pop star. And of course she has her music items to fit in with that too. But then I also thought I'd give her this little slumber party / sleepover type area in the middle of her room. Now as always, I do need to mention that this room I'm designing in is slightly bigger than the typical room villagers have in New Horizons, so we are able to fit in a lot more stuff than Nintendo would be able to. So if for some reason Nintendo did ever decide to go with a theme like this for Flora's home, although it's too late now. I think removing this part of the room would be a good idea just to save space. But we don't have to do that, so we can be much more creative and have fun. So because of that, I decided to put some little food items and pillows and magazines on the floor. I really wanted to make it feel like Flora has invited you over for a sleepover to watch shows on TV and sing, read Miss Nintendique magazines. If you didn't know, Miss Nintendique is this popular gossip or fashion magazine the villagers read in the Animal Crossing universe. They mention it a lot more often in the old games. I don't think they mention it very much in New Horizons, but especially in Wild World they would mention it all the time. And yeah, of course we don't have the classic lovely set in New Horizons, which is one of my favourite furniture series and I miss it so much. So I wasn't able to include anything from that, but the closest thing we have in New Horizons is the Cute series. So I made her this cozy little lounge area in the corner using some cute pink sofas and a little coffee table and some snacks. I even put these little colourful candles in her room, since in her new leaf home she had this colourful stained glass lamp, which I'm not sure if we have or not in New Horizons, but these candles were really giving me a similar feeling, so I decided to put those in her room. And I also wanted her room to feel really breezy and have some nature in there despite the crazy amount of pink, and so I added a lot of plants and vines that I think she would love. I think the plants add a really nice change in colour scheme since the room does have so much pink, and I personally think Flora would want it toned down just a little bit, just to feel a little bit more soft and airy. Of course she had flamingos in her new leaf house and in her New Horizons house, so I did figure out some way to put flamingos in this home too. These items exist in this game for a reason, and I do believe that reason is for the sole purpose of being in Flora's house. I believe that was the flamingos item's true destiny in life, and so of course I did include the flamingos, but I hope it looks much more stylish than the way it was in the original home, and hopefully she likes them. I think this house would feel so homey and luxurious for her, especially when you compare it to her previous empty home, and I actually really like how it came out. I honestly don't think it's the best house in the world, and I definitely think someone out there could create a better home for Flora than me. And while decorating for Flora, I did actually completely realise why Nintendo might have had some trouble coming up with a unique home design for her, but I think my idea did turn out okay in the end, and I tried my best, so hopefully you guys like it. But with all that out of the way, why don't we show Flora her new home and see what she thinks of it. Okay, so here it is. Here's the finished home. What do you guys think? It's very pink and cozy. I kind of just like lined the walls with furniture. That's why I don't think this house came out that great. I think it turned out okay. I think it at least feels much more homey and cozy for her and much more like her new leaf house than her New Horizons house. I know it's probably not the best, but I hope you guys like it. I was actually really struggling to do this one, so I do actually completely understand why Nintendo was struggling with this, because it was actually quite difficult to figure out what I was going to do with this room. So as you can see in the top left corner, we have a little flamingo. He might be about to call someone on the phone. She did used to have the lovely phone in her house, but we don't have that item in this game. So I just gave her a little yellow phone and a little pink flower record player. She has this big cute pink bed, which I think she would absolutely adore. Look how cozy and comfy that looks. And of course I have some plants hanging next to it. She has a little flower painting on the wall next to that, and a Switch this time instead of a GameCube, and a little ukulele next to that she can play, and of course another flamingo to keep her company. In the centre of the room we have the sleepover area with pink cushions, a basket and lots of snacks and magazines to read. I think she would be the absolute best person to have a sleepover with. I think she would go all out and make all this like fun food to eat. By the window she has a little rocking chair and a plant so she can sit here and relax in the evenings. She can sit here and read if she wants to listen to music, and yeah, everyone needs a little chair in their house to relax in, so I think she would love that. Next to that she has a little desk area with a little mirror and makeup slash nail varnish set. I think she would love to sit here and do her makeup. And of course I put some pink fairy lights on the wall and more plants and a little welcome sign as well. I just love that pink welcome sign. It's literally so cute. So I really wanted to include that in her house. I think it came out so cute. I'd love to sit here and do my makeup. Above the front door we have a pink air conditioner that I think she would just be like, yes, that's the best idea ever. A pink air conditioner? Yes. And of course in the corner over here we have the living room slash lounge area. She has this lovely wall hanging and more plants hanging on the wall and those wonderful colourful candles, and I put some snacks on the coffee table as well. Imagine that she made these and we can just chill and eat them together. And next up we have more plants and I just think it came out so cute. What do you guys think? I really like this a lot better than her New Horizons home, and I think it does have the same vibes as her New Leaf home, so that made me really happy, though I definitely think some of you out there could do this home much better than I did. And as always, if you prefer the original home, that's completely fine. It's all up to your own personal taste, but this is how I designed her home. I think it came out so cute. I especially love the outfit I put her in. She just looks so cute in glasses. If you have Flora on your island, please give her glasses. Look how cute she is in them. But yeah, that's actually it for today, guys, so I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of this house design. Do you like it or do you prefer the empty flamingo room? Please do let me know. I hope you're all having a super lovely day. Before I go, I do just want to say an extra special thank you to my Patreon supporters for supporting me this month. I really do appreciate your support more than you know, and I love and appreciate you so much, so thank you so much for your support. And to the rest of you, thank you so much for supporting me too and watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing, only if you want to though. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a super lovely day and I'll speak to you in my next video. Bye!